It's your boy Cormega, and we're here again for another game review. And this time I am going to be showcasing a Chess960 game that I played recently. Now, I've been playing a lot of 960 recently because I was kind of getting bored of the standard blitz and bullet that I normally play. I think once in a while, jumping into 960 or Crazy House, if you play on League Chess, is a good way to keep things interesting, you know, and not to lose interest. Because when you do the same thing again and again, sometimes it might get boring. Anyways, my experience with 960 has been a humbling one. Because whereas in standard blitz and bullet, I have ratings of 2200 on League Chess and chess.com, I've been unable to get myself out of the 1600 jail when it comes to 960. So, you know, I like it. I like it because it reminds me that I'm not as good as I think I am. And I think we all need to be knocked back a bit once in a while, you know, just to bring some clarity, you know. Anyways, I played this guy called Riveters, a very strong player, 1833 rating for Chess960, while I have a rating of 1676, repping Niger plus 234. Anyways, so I'm going to talk you through the game, and when we reach the critical position, I'll explain what happened and what should have or could have happened if I had the right, if I was thinking the correct way. Now we'll start the game with d4, d5. Now in Chess960, the objective is to create an escape hatch for your queen. Develop your pieces rapidly, and then castle. What I tend to like to do is to do this, but in such a way as to orient the pieces in a more traditional formation that I am comfortable with. So it looks more like standard chess, so I can navigate and feel more at home with the position. So that's what I would typically strive to do. But one thing is, you have to play aggressively, and you know, you have to make sure you keep your opponent on his toes. So e3, knight b6, b3, c6, c4, d times c4, b times c4, e6, c5. In the spirit of the you know, philosophy I was just or the style I was just talking about, I typically wouldn't overextend my pawns like this, but I just wanted to keep him on his toes. Since it's a blitz game, we have 3 minutes to complete all our moves. I thought, you know, just push the pawns, make him uncomfortable, develop rapidly, just, you know, be aggressive. And so he plays knight d5, knight c3, bishop d7, knight times d5, e times d5, knight b3, knight e6, bishop d3, bishop e7, castles kingside, castles kingside. Now the game is beginning to take shape into a more traditional or standard formation rather, where you have the king safely castled and the pieces developed, and eventually the queen will leave the bottom rank, and the rooks will be connected, and that's it. We're back to traditional chess, but with slightly different position. Queen c2. Already I'm eyeing that pawn on h7. He plays h6, f4, b6, f5. In the same spirit of aggression, I'm pushing my pawns. I'm making sure he's not comfortable. He plays knight g5. I play h4, knight h7, queen f2, knight f6, queen f3, b times c5, knight times c5, rook times b1, bishop times b1, bishop times c5, pawn times c5. Plays queen c7. Queen c7 attacking my bishop, and my bishop is not protected, so I play bishop c3 to open up the lines for my rook to protect the bishop. d4, making space for his knight to jump into d5. I oblige, I take the pawn, and he proceeds with occupying the square. I play f6. I'm not here to sell peanuts. I'm here to fight, and I'm looking for blood. He plays g6. I play h5, king h7, pawn times pawn check, pawn times pawn, queen e4. Now this position looks delicious, I have to say. Even if I say so myself, the position is delicious, absolutely delicious. My bishops are trained, you know, towards his king side. My rook is defending that pawn, just as the bishop. Everything is in place for a massacre. But this is a crucial point in the game where he plays bishop f5. Now, note this, the bishop is, if I were to remove my queen, the bishop would be attacking this bishop here, and the queen is already attacking that bishop, and the only thing protecting it is my rook. If I move my queen anywhere, say for example I put it here, he would have a free bishop. So that's the thing that's heavy on my mind once he plays bishop f5. So I'm thinking to myself, oh, my queen is under attack, I'm going to lose a bishop. And then I played something really dumb, queen e6, after which obviously he takes my queen and the game is over. However, the lesson that I learned from this game was something I found out when I did an autopsy of the game after the fact. Now in this position, the correct move is rook times f5, rook times bishop f5. After this, black is dead. Black is dead. Let's work it out. If he takes back, queen times, check. He only has two squares to move, this and this. So if he moves here, I can push the pawn, check. Oh, even if he moved down to, let's see. Yeah, even if he blocked with knight, I could take with my queen, and then that's a mate. So the critical point in this game was when he played bishop f5. And the correct thinking would have been to look at the whole board, not just the pieces that were attacked, because that was what I was thinking. One of the hardest things to do in chess is to win a game that's already won. And that showed here. So I don't know if you've ever been in a situation like that where you realize that the winning move was right at your fingertips, but because you weren't looking in the right place and your frame of mind wasn't right, you missed it. If you have similar stories, you can put that in the comments below. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll be back here next time with another game review. Keep playing chess.